Welcome to this Bodyweight Strengthening Flow. Today we're going to be looking to challenge your endurance and build strength. So we're going to make a pattern, and as we move through we're going to add repetitions, and then we're going to keep adding repetitions to different parts of the pattern, making it stronger and building body weight strength as we move through. And once the pattern's finalized, we'll go through the whole routine one more time, utilizing your breath and working with that flow state. So when you're ready, meet me in a horse stance and let's find our moment to move. So you're going to bring your legs a little bit wider than hip width, and then we're going to start sinking the hips down. Try to keep the torso nice and tall, and we're just going to have an active body warm up here. So push the knees out so they're sort of tracking over the toes, and then we're going to extend the arms out nice and wide. Chest nice and tall, and then you're going to externally rotate one arm. I'm using my right, so you're going to open that shoulder. I'm just turning at the shoulder, and then we're going to internally rotate the left shoulder for me and whatever one you choose, and then we're just going to spin them the opposites. So now the right's internal and the left is external, and it's sort of flossing for the shoulders here, and then flip the other way, external right, internal left, internal right, external left. Now I'm going to spin around on my mat, and I'll place my hands down, and I'm just going to sort of jump my feet back, coming into that high plank position, squeeze the shoulder blades in, and then we're just going to sink the hips low to the ground, keep pushing into the ground, pull the shoulder blades away from the ears, and then squeeze the glutes so that the back body is aligned and strong. And then from there, as we come up, we're just going to jump the feet outside the hands. So we're going to push up, and as we get to that plank, pop forward, and then come back in to that active squat pose. So again, we're just going to floss the shoulders, internal, external. So there's one, just working out, getting them shoulders moving functionally. 2 and 3. We're going to place the hands down, jump the feet back into that high plank. You can start to rock back and forth to warm up the wrists, and then we're just going to sink the hips down, squeezing our glutes, pulling the shoulder blades onto the back, and nice and proud in our chest. And again, as we push up and start doming the upper back, we're going to pop the feet forward outside the hands and come up into that horse stance. So we're starting to open up the hip flexors. We're getting into them shoulders because we are going to be spending a little bit of time on them or utilizing them. There's 3. Place the hands down, jump back into that high plank, shift forward and back, and maybe do a few circles. Same cues with plank. Squeeze the tailbone, make sure those glutes are engaged. Maybe have the feet a little bit wider as you melt the hips down, keeping those glutes engaged so the lower back is protected. Pull the chin back, so you're now in an upward facing dog on the toes. And we start to roll the body up, and when we get to a nice point, bend the knees and pop them outside the hands. Rise up, some shoulder flossing. 2. Place the hands down and jump the feet back into that plank, and again we'll warm up those wrists, and we'll go for one more round of these. And again, your shoulders may be talking to you. Even if it is just a warm-up, we are utilizing them, and we are strengthening them, and we are trying to work the mobility outside of the hands. Last active squat. It's 1, 2 and 3. Place the hands down, jump the feet back, rounding the back in a strong plank pose, and then lower the hips down, pull the shoulder blades onto the back, gaze forward, and this time we're just going to push the hips up and back, doming and rounding and pushing into our downward facing dog. Now you may want to push into one hand, take one hand away, shake out the wrist a little bit on the right side, and then shift the weight over and do the same on the left side, just to give it a gentle shake and get it moving, opening up. Take a nice inhale and exhale. So we're going to create this pattern, and we're going to be utilizing a repetition of probably 3, and then maybe on some of the exercises a few more. So we're just going to rock forward nice and slowly into our high plank. This should feel a little bit familiar. Squeezing your glutes, push the ground away from you, navel to the spine, and then push yourself back into that downward facing dog. So there's 1, roll forward into that high plank, eyes of the elbows spin forward, thighs and legs are engaged, and then push yourself back. Bring the chest towards the thighs. In your down dog, spread the hands and push the ground away, and then we're going to roll forward into that high plank. And we're going to come back, and we're just going to move a bit quickly through this one. This time, as we come forward, we're going to roll forward, we're going to keep coming forward, and we're going to lower down halfway into that low plank, and we're going to push back up. So there's 1, shift forward, push back up, that's 2, and then we're going to shift forward, and we're going to push back up. This time, as we shift forward and lower down, we're going to bring that right knee to the right tricep, right forearm. So we're going to shift forward, come down, right knee touches right forearm, and then push back up. And there's 1, and there's 2, last 1, and there's 3, shift it back. This time we're going to come forward, lower down, elbow into the knee, and as we push up, we're going to step that right foot outside the right hand. So now you create a solid foundation with this left hand. Extend your right arm through, and you're going to come up onto the toes, the left leg, and you're going to bring that knee into the chest and extend it through. So there's 1, push into the ground, step it back. And as you step it back, you're going to straighten that right leg as well. You can place that right hand down inside, outside, or straight in front of that right leg, depending on your flexibility. You can take a few rocks, so we're opening up that hamstring. And then we're going to bend into that right knee. This is why these active squats at the beginning are helping. Push into the ground, bring that left leg forward and through. A gentle hold, pushing into the ground. Knee into the chest, step it back, straighten that right leg. Again, you can maybe windshield wiper the right foot, stretch out and get to different parts of the hamstring. Extend that right hand through, bring that left knee up into the chest, push the ground away, extend it through, and then we'll come back, shift in, back into that hamstring stretch, wherever your fingers need to be. And this time, as we extend through, we're going to lower down onto our bums. So extend the ground away, push into the ground, knee into the chest, extend it through so it's nice and straight, and then lower the hips down to the ground. And now you want to keep the left leg straight, bend in the right leg, and then you can roll down onto your back nice and slow. Now your left leg's up, your right leg's being extended away, and you bring your chest up, pushing into the ground with that lower back, and then you bring both arms to the outside of that left leg, and you want to bring that left shoulder up. Bring that navel to the spine, flex both feet, and then we'll rotate over to the other side. Again, right shoulder off the ground. It's 1. There's 2. Over to the left. There's 3. 4. Back over to the right side. And we'll bring it over to the left where we started. And then we're going to shift, bend into that right knee, shift forward, place the right foot down, left foot down. So we're in sort of the top of a lower part of a squat. And we're going to place our left hand down to the ground, and we're going to push our hips up at the same time, squeezing the glutes, and we're going to reach that right arm up overhead. Spin that elbow open, and this is what all that shoulder flossing was about at the beginning. So the shoulders are open for these crab reaches. So now we're going to lower the hips down, bring that arm into the chest, and we push back up for 2. You can gaze down at the hand, you can gaze up to the ceiling. Lower down, and then push back up for 3. Gaze down at the hand, lower back down, and then from there you can walk the feet in slightly, push off into that left hand, and come up into your squat. Now you want to come up onto the toes in your deep squat, and you're going to come up halfway, and you're going to keep pushing up, squeezing the thighs, squeeze the glutes at the top, and then you're going to lower down halfway, and then you're going to step that left foot back, coming into a crescent lunge, high lunge on your toe. You're going to lower that right heel down, pop that right heel up, shift forward, use your arms wherever you need them for balance, and then you're going to bring that left foot to meet the right. Stay on the toes. It's a little bit of a challenge. Lower down, push up to the top, squeezing the glutes, lower down halfway, maybe shift the body weight a little bit forward, and then slowly step that left foot back, staying on both toes, and then we're going to lower that right heel down, come again up onto that right toe, shift forward, step that left foot to meet the right, and then you lower down halfway, push yourself up, squeeze the glutes, come all the way down, come up halfway, and then you're going to step that left foot back, still on the toe of the right leg, down to the heel, back up to the toe, step forward, staying on the toes, lower down, push yourself back up, squeeze the glutes, get your balance, and lower down halfway, and this time you're going to step that left foot back. You're going to place that left hand down. Now, depending on where you are, you might have to bring your right foot along, so it's sort of in the middle, underneath your hip, but out in front of you, if that makes any sense at all. If not, just bear with me, maybe follow along here. So we're in a side plank here with 1 foot down, 2 feet down and 1 arm down. And we're just going to sink that left hip down to the ground. We're going to extend away from us, so our hands are facing the same way as our foot. And then we're going to push up into that side plank and reach that right arm nice and high up over your head. So you're now stretching the outer glute here on the right hand side. And we're going to lower back down. So there's 1. Push back up. There's 2. Lower back down. And 3. Push up nice and high. And then we're going to lower back down. Push up. Place that right hand down next to the left. We're going to bring that right foot in. Bring that left foot in. And we're now in a hovering tabletop position. And then from here, we're going to bring that right knee up into the right elbow, keeping that left knee hovering, and then across to the left elbow. Step it back, right knee, right elbow, left elbow, step it back. It's 2, right knee, right elbow, left elbow. There's 3. And then from here, we're going to push into the ground, push our hips up, and we're back into that downward facing dog. And then from there, we're going to slowly lower both elbows down at the same time. And then we're going to push back up. So we're now working on our triceps and strengthening and lengthening the back of the hamstrings. Lower down, there's 2. Push back up. And then lower down, that's 3. And push back up. And there we are. Back to the beginning, back to our downward facing dog. So let's see if I can remember all that. Let's see if we can go through on the other side. So we're going to roll forward, coming into that high plank, pushing the ground away, bringing that navel to the spine, glutes are engaged, and then we push back. There's 1. Roll forward. There's There's 2. Push back. And roll forward for 3. And then push back. This time as we come forward, we're going to lower down halfway into that low plank. So ready on your inhale, come forward. Keep coming forward, keep shifting, so the weight's now over the hands, and you lower down halfway, and push back up. Lower down halfway, and push back up. There's 2. 3. This time that left elbow is going to be touched by the left knee, and you push back up. There's 1. 2 and 3. This time comes into the left forearm, and as you push back up, step it outside the left hand. Create that foundation, push into the ground with your right hand. We've created an opening, so from here we're going to bring that right leg up into the chest. Extend it through, push into the ground so the ground's being pushed away from you. Bring it back into the chest, step it all the way back, flex the toes on the left foot, and we're now stretching out that hamstring. Again, what you did on the first side, take it on the second side, hand where you need it to be. Extend the left arm through, knee into the chest, extend away. Back into the chest, push it behind you, flexing them front toes so the toes of the front foot come up. And again, you can take that windscreen wiper option. Extend your body through, knee into the chest, extend away from you for 3, knee into the chest, step it back, stretch out that hamstring. And this time we're going to bring it up into the chest, extend it away, and this time we're going to lower all the way down onto our bums. Scoot where you need to on your mat. Keep that right leg straight, point it up to the sky, extend the left leg away from you, and again this time both arms are on the outside of the right leg, right shoulder up, navel being brought to the spine, and low back pushed into the ground. And we switch. There's 1. There's 2. Left shoulder comes up when we're outside the left arm. Glutes are engaged. There's 3. 4. And 5. Bend that left knee, rock up, place right foot down to meet your left foot. And we're going to come up into them crab reaches, so push into the ground, place your right hand and make a solid foundation. And then from there, we're going to push up, squeezing the glutes, and reach that left arm up overhead, looking down to the ground if you can. Up to the sky is perfectly fine. And then we're going to lower down, bringing that arm into the chest. So there's 1. There's 2. Lowering down. And push back up. And there's 3. Maybe hold here a little bit longer, gripping the mat with your fingertips. And then lowering back down. Don't collapse into that shoulder. Maybe walk your feet in if you need to. And we're going to come into that squat. And then we're going to come up onto the toes. And then we're going to push all the way up into a squat, toe squat. And again, squeeze the glutes at the top. Try to keep your balance and your focus. And then you lower down halfway. And this time we're stepping our right foot back. So put the weight into your left foot, slowly step that right foot back, stay on the toes of both feet, and then we'll lower that heel down on the left foot. You may have to inch toe your foot a little bit further forward, come up onto the toes, shift forward, and then step that right foot up to meet the left, and lower down as low as you can. And push back up, squeezing the glutes at the top, and then lower down halfway, create some balance, and then step that right foot back as slow and as controlled as you can, and then lower the heel down on the left foot, bring the heel back up, shift forward, meet the other one, lower down to the heels, push yourself back up to the top, squeeze the glutes, and lower down halfway, and then step that right foot back. Staying on the toes of the left, lower that heel down, bring that heel back up, meet it, drop the heels down, push yourself back up to the top, squeeze the glutes, come down halfway, step that right foot back. Now we're going to bring that right hand inside that left foot. And again, you bring that left foot where you need it to be so you've got the mobility depending on what your mobility is. But you're coming into a three-pointed side plank. So you might be able to push and get a little bit more torque into the side body here. But as we're on the shoulder over the hand, pivot to the outside edge of the right foot, flex the toes on the left, and we're going to lower down, extending that left arm behind us. And then as we come up, we're going to reach that arm up over our head, pushing into the ground. And there's one. Extend the left arm away from you and push yourself back up. And slowly lower down for 3. Push back up. We'll lower this down, place that left hand down to meet the right, spin that left leg in, bring that right foot alongside it to meet it, and here we are back in hovering tabletop. So if you remember what we did from the first half, you want to bring that navel to the spine, tuck the tailbone under, keep that right foot knee hovering off the ground nice and low, left elbow, right elbow, step it back. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Push into the ground and come back into your downward facing dog. And then from there, we're going to drop the elbows down to the ground and push back up. There's 1. And there's 2. The last one for now. 3. And there it is. That's our flow sequence. So let's see if I can remember all of that while we move with the breath, and it's 1 rep for each part. So when you're ready, we're going to shift forward into our high plank, hold, shift forward, come down halfway, push back up, right knee, right elbow, lower down halfway, push back up, step it outside the right hand, extend the right arm away from you, bring that left knee into the chest, extend it through, step it back, straighten both legs so we get that hammy stretch. This time as we bring it into the chest, extend it through, slowly lower onto our backs, extend the right leg away, left leg up, outside that left leg, switch over to the right leg, back to the left leg, take a bend in the right knee, place the foot down to the ground, left foot alongside to meet it, and we're going to push up into that nice crab reach, extending away. We're then going to lower back down, maybe walk the feet in, coming into that squat, come up onto the tiptoes, come all the way up, nice and high, squeezing the glutes at the top. You come down halfway, stay on that right toe, step that left foot back as controlled as you can, right heel up as high as you can, lowering it to the ground. Shift forward, keeping the toe on the toes, step outside the foot, come down to the bottom, push all the way up, lower down halfway, step that left foot back, place that left hand down, step the right foot where you need it to be, and we'll lower the hips down, extending away, push back into the ground, up overhead, lowering down, place that right hand down, spin that right knee around, left knee round, right elbow, left elbow, step it back, push your hips up to the sky, downward facing dog, lower down onto the elbows, come back into your downward facing dog. There's side one. Let's move through to side two. No breathing, no stops. Come forward into your plank, shift forward, lower down halfway, push back up, elbow to knee, lower down, push back up, step outside, extend your arm away, knee into the chest, kick through, extend away, knee into the chest, step it back, straighten both legs, extend away, knee into the chest, extend it through, lower down onto your back, right foot up to the sky, left leg away, outside right leg, outside left leg, outside right leg, shift forward, place both feet down, right hand behind you, take that crab reach, up and over, and exhale, come back down, bring the feet in, shift forward into your low squat, up to the tiptoes, and then stand up nice and high, squeeze the glutes at the top, lower down halfway, and we're stepping our right foot back, nearly lost you there, right foot back, left toes, left heel down, left toes, step forward, lower down to the heels, push back up to the top, lower down halfway, and extend that right leg back, place that right hand inside, and again bring that left foot for the kickstand, and then we're going to drop the hips down, extend the left arm away, and as you inhale, bring that left arm up overhead, slowly lower the hip down, place that left hand alongside the right, spin round into your hovering tabletop, and then we're going to bring that left knee, left elbow, right elbow, step it back, push the hips up, downward facing dog, and we're going to lower the elbows down and then push into the ground and come back up. So there we have it, flow's completed, and let's take a little flow cool down. So from your downward facing dog, you're going to raise that right leg up to the sky, you're going to bring it into the chest, start curling the body forward, and then you're going to step it down in between the hands, drop that back knee down, push the torso up. So we're now coming into a low lunge. You can stay on your toes or the tops of your foot, and just take a few rocks into that hip flexor, squeeze the thighs together to create a bit more stability. Make sure the torso's stacked and tailbone's tucked under. And then from there, this time as we come back, we're going to raise the toe on the right foot. So we're taking again that hammy stretch, trying to get into the back of that calf from all those squats on the tiptoes we did today. And then we'll come forward into that low lunge, back into that half split, and then come forward and back into that half split. And come forward. This time we're going to place our left hand inside our right foot, and you can stay on the knee of the left foot, or we're going to come up off the left foot. So we're now just on the toes of the back foot, and we're going to open twist our body. So we're going to spin that right arm up to the sky, and we're going to close it off by bringing the elbow down inside that foot. If you can't touch the ground, just put your hand down and then come back up. So it's 1, 2, and 3 as we open back up. And we can place that knee back down. You can come into that low lunge, and this time we're going to extend the arms forward and open up for a twist. So you bring the right arm behind you, left arm in front of you, and bring those arms away from you, extending away. And if you want, you can place that right hand down to the outside of your left foot, and you can bring that left arm up overhead, and And you're now stretching all through the side body and up through the hip flexor here. And then come back to the twist and open up the reverse. Come through the twist and open up through the reverse. Pivot the hands away, and then we'll step that right foot back to meet the left, extend it away from you and lower it down. This time the left foot comes up to the sky, roll the body forward, and then step that left foot in between the hands, lowering that right knee down. Bring the torso up, stack it, and tuck that tailbone under. And we're just going to take a few rocks here to open up a little bit more. So I'm just trying to utilize a bit of a flow to get into our warm cool down. And this time as we come back, we're just going to keep coming all the way back, flexing the toes on the left foot, and then come forward, opening up through the back into that half split. Come forward into that half split one more time. Hands where they want them to be. You can have one inside or the outside of the foot. We're going to come forward and we're going to take those open twists once again. So you can come up onto the back toes or stay down on your knee. And you're going to open that left arm up to the sky. And then bring the elbow inside or the hand, whatever feels nice for you. Open up to the sky, inside. Open up to the sky and inside. From there, you can place that right knee back down, extend the arms in front of you, and then bring that left arm back behind you, extending through the torso with the right arm, extending away from you, but the left arm, and we're just taking a nice low open twist. And then this time we're going to bring our right arm up to the sky and touch down on the back of that left leg if it's available to you. And if you need it just on this hip, but bringing that right arm over gives a real nice stretch through that hip flexor. Come back to the open twist, pivot up to the sky, back to that open twist, and pivot up to the sky. Place both hands down either side of the foot, come up onto the toes, and then bring that left leg up to the sky, place it down to meet the right, and we'll just drop the knees down. And then from there, we're just going to simply thread the right arm underneath the left. You can bring that ear to the ground. I'm not going to for mic purposes. Just get a nice shoulder stretch here. So you want to pull your shoulder blade down, keep the hips stacked over the knees, and lower down into that shoulder. Come back and then just simply switch sides. So left arm threads through. This time I can place the ear down to the ground, and I will take that option. Again, pull the shoulders down. You feel a deeper stretch in that shoulder joint. And then come back up. So if you want to take a couple of moments, just be with yourself, take a nice seat like I am. You can lay down on your backs, close your eyes, look up where you need to be, feel the vibrations and what your body is telling you how this went for you. And otherwise, I'd just like to say thank you. So thanks for joining me here at A Moment to Move. I hope you like this body weight strengthening flow, and I hope it challenged your endurance and strength. So let me know in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed the workout, we have plenty of others available all on the channel. I think we've got over 60 now. So yeah, feel free to check them out. Share this video with other people and like and subscribe to the channel. And I just want to say once again, thanks for joining me at A Moment to Move, and I'll catch you on the next one.